Hello and welcome. Today's episode is about the fastest and easiest way to make your business more profitable. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexei Kouleshov, and I've been dubbed as the guy who helped too many seven-figure businesses to be grown pretty much from scratch using digital marketing and sales strategies and tactics. I've never shared this approach publicly, only to my top paying customers. So here you go. What I'm about to share with you is not new, it's not unique, but most businesses for some reason really fail to do this. So I've got three objectives here today. My first objective is to disrupt you from what you're doing and get you to listen. Believe me, this is pretty hard these days with all this noise around you. My second objective is to help you realize that you deserve better. Finally, what I'm about to tell you, I think is super easy, but requires you to change the way you think. I'm talking about increasing your prices. That's right. Something that most of you fail to do and don't even want to talk about it. Well, why is that? Well, the price that you charge is the reflection of your beliefs and what you believe you actually deserve. And you know what? These beliefs need an update because just about anything around you has become expensive over the last 3 years, whether you like it or not. Cost of living, insurance, your mortgage, salaries of your staff. So if you've not increased your prices recently, guess what's happening? You're the guy who has to work harder. That's right. Harder is usually the opposite of working smarter. So where do you start when it comes to increasing prices? Well, the first thing you got to do is have a look at your unique selling point, or USP, as some people like to call it. So for example, there's some good lawyers who who basically push for a 24/7 support when it comes to serious matters, and that's their unique selling point. Or there are digital marketing agencies that push for things like double your leads and offer a guarantee. That really makes them quite specific. Well, bottom line is you really got to do something that sets you apart from the competitors and makes you a little bit more unique, specifically in your niche. Where do you start with that? Well, first of all, you got to do some competitor analysis because being creative about your unique selling point or increasing prices doesn't typically work well. So have a look at who are your closest competitors. Pick three and find out exactly how they do their sales, how they advertise themselves, because chances are that if these guys have been running their Google ads or the same ad over and over, it's working for them. And if you've tried something yourself and it's not working for you, then you're doing something wrong. So I suggest that you potentially have a look at the way they acquire customers, the way they follow up, the way they do their proposals, the way they price themselves, and understand how you can actually compete with them and not on price, because the price is the last thing you really want to change. So find out where the gaps are. Is there something in your business that at the moment requires attention? Usually it's things like follow-up. So typically it's things like, proposals. They may not be as professional or maybe missing some key points. So your competitors could be an easy way to start that conversation. The other thing you can do, and I strongly recommend you do that, is to add extra value, because a lot of the time when you run a business, you keep doing the same thing over and over, and it's really quite plain. There's really nothing else to it. So what is something that can make your business more valuable? If you're in the service industry, you could do things like a free inspection. Let's say if you're an electrician, you could add a free inspection to provide a person with a report as to how their place is going, what requires attention. You could provide a gift, or you could potentially provide a chance to win something. A holiday, for example. I've come across a couple of businesses that offer holiday in bulk specifically for business owners. If you're interested in that, hit me up. I'm more than happy to share a link. And overall, this should really give you enough understanding that your prices really need to be higher, because chances are, if you're behind with your price increases, you are slowly going under. And if your business is not doing so well, or it's causing a lot of stress, well, that could be one of the main reasons. So typically when I tell customers this, they go, well, what about my existing customers? What about my current clients that are paying me dollars? Well, that's a good question. And I think overall, you need to, first of all, have a conversation with them. They need to understand exactly what you're increasing and why, because oftentimes, people would be working with you and they're quite happy with the fact that you're not increasing prices, but they would probably understand that if you don't do that, losing you as a person who's delivering a service for them is actually going to be a huge inconvenience for them. So I would recommend telling them specifically the reasons behind your price increase. Hey, we want to be able to provide you with a better service. We need to upgrade our systems. We need to invest into staff. We need to invest into training. We need to be able to stay in line with our insurance policies, and so on and so on. And believe me, most of the people understand this quite well. So it's really just a matter of starting the conversation. make sure you provide them with a notice to let them know specifically when the price increase is going to occur. And if you can, add all the extra value that you're going to be putting in, because a lot of the time, people really want you to develop your services. I know for a lot of IT solutions, implementing things like IT, AI, for example, or IT solutions that basically excel a business further, really do add up quite a fair bit to a business in terms of how it's going to perform compared to all the competitors. So if you're in that industry, offer your customers a solution that may potentially help, or offer them something as a subscription, potentially, something that's going to complement their services based on your price increase as well. As you can see, there's many different ways to go around the price increase, but I'm just really tired of all the businesses that are really stressed right now and are not finding a way to start a conversation with their customers on the price increase. And for some reason, really want to ignore the conversation and keep their head in the sand. Well, look, the ATO is not messing around. Your competitors are certainly not messing around. So I think you've got to really think twice about how you sell your services, how you position yourself, and where you start the conversation. So if you're planning to do on any marketing and you've been using the same pricing for the last 5 years, I got bad news for you. You probably don't have a budget on the back of that pricing that you offer right now. And that's the reason why everything's so tight. So quite a few things to think about. And I'm happy to, maybe catch up and connect to discuss this further if this message doesn't get through. My name is Alexei. This is Better Business Podcast. I wish that, this information helps you make a little bit of a change in your business and creates a positive change. I'll chat to you soon.